In a quaint, historic town known for its cobblestone streets and old-world charm, there stands a grand hotel that has been welcoming guests for over a century. Among its many rooms, there is one in particular, room 333, that guests whisper about in hushed tones. Legend has it that room 333 is cursed. Over the years, guests who have stayed there have reported eerie phenomena, strange whispers in the dead of night, cold drafts that chill to the bone even in the height of summer, and the feeling of an unseen presence watching from the shadows. One stormy night, a weary traveler named Sarah arrives at the hotel after a long drive through winding roads. She is greeted warmly by the hotel staff, but when she asks for a room, they hesitate momentarily before assigning her room 333. Sarah notices the fleeting look of concern on the receptionist's face but brushes it off as exhaustion plays tricks on her mind. As Sarah settles into the room, she feels a subtle unease settling over her. The antique furnishings and heavy drapes seem to absorb the dim light filtering through the windows, casting elongated shadows across the walls. Despite her weariness, sleep eludes her as the hours tick by. Sometime past midnight, Sarah is jolted awake by the sound of soft footsteps pacing the room. She sits up in bed, heart pounding, and listens intently. The footsteps stop abruptly, replaced by an unnerving silence that hangs heavy in the air. Sarah's breath catches in her throat as she hears faint whispers echoing from the corners of the room, words that she cannot quite decipher but that fill her with a deep sense of dread. Desperate to escape the oppressive atmosphere, Sarah tries to turn on the bedside lamp, but it flickers ominously before plunging the room into darkness. Panic sets in as she fumbles for her phone, the screen casting an eerie glow as she dials the front desk. No answer. Sarah's pulse races as she grabs her belongings and rushes towards the door, but it refuses to budge. Frantic now, she pounds on the door, calling for help, but her cries echo unanswered through the empty corridors. Just as she is about to give in to despair, the door finally yields to her frantic efforts, swinging open with a loud creak. Sarah stumbles out into the hallway, gasping for breath, her eyes wild with fear. As she flees down the staircase, she catches a fleeting glimpse of a shadowy figure standing at the end of the corridor, a figure that seems to dissolve into thin air as she looks back one last time. Sarah never returns to room 333, but the memory of that harrowing night haunts her dreams. The hotel staff deny any knowledge of the room's dark history, but whispers among the locals speak of a tragic tale from long ago, a tale of lost love and restless spirits condemned to wander the corridors of the haunted hotel. Deep in the heart of a remote forest, surrounded by towering pine trees and enveloped in an eerie silence, there lies an abandoned hotel shrouded in mystery and dread. Once a thriving retreat for wealthy vacationers seeking solitude, the hotel now stands as a decaying monument to a forgotten past. Legend has it that the hotel was abruptly abandoned decades ago under ominous circumstances. Guests and staff vanished without a trace, leaving behind rooms frozen in time, beds neatly made, dining tables set for meals that were never eaten, and luggage left unpacked as if awaiting their owner's return. Despite its dilapidated facade and boarded-up windows, the hotel exudes an unsettling presence that draws thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators alike. Stories of ghostly apparitions wandering the deserted halls and disembodied voices echoing through empty corridors have only fueled its reputation as a hotspot of supernatural activity. One moonless night, a group of friends embarks on a dare to spend the night in the abandoned hotel, armed with flashlights and nervous laughter to mask their unease. They cautiously step over fallen debris and navigate around overturned furniture, their footsteps echoing loudly in the stillness. As they explore the darkened hallways, a sense of foreboding descends upon them. Shadows dance at the edges of their vision, and cold drafts send shivers down their spines despite the stifling summer heat outside. The air is thick with the scent of decay and old memories long forgotten. In one of the rooms, they discover a dusty guestbook filled with entries from decades past, names and dates scribbled in fading ink, accompanied by unsettling messages of fear and confusion. Some entries abruptly end mid-sentence, leaving their meaning lost to time. As the night wears on, strange occurrences begin to unfold. Doors slam shut on their own accord, and flickering lights cast ominous shadows on the walls. The group's bravado wanes with each unexplained phenomenon, their laughter giving way to whispers of doubt and apprehension. In a moment of chilling realization, they stumble upon a basement concealed behind a hidden panel, its stone walls lined with rusted shackles and remnants of arcane symbols. The air grows colder as they descend into the darkness, their flashlights revealing cryptic writings etched into the walls, a testament to rituals long forgotten and malevolent forces awakened. Terrified and desperate to escape, the group races back towards the main entrance, their hearts pounding in sync with each frantic step. But the hotel seems to resist their departure, its corridors twisting and turning in a disorienting labyrinth that defies logic and reason. Just as they reach the threshold of the exit, a blood-curdling scream pierces the silence, a scream that echoes through the ages, carrying with it the anguish of souls trapped within the abandoned hotel's crumbling walls. As dawn breaks over the horizon, the group emerges from the forest, their faces pale and haunted by the horrors they witnessed. The abandoned hotel looms in the distance, its windows dark and empty, a silent witness to the secrets buried within its forsaken halls. They never speak of that night again, but the memories of their ordeal linger, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the abandoned hotel in the heart of the forest. In a bustling city known for its vibrant nightlife and historic landmarks, there stands a luxurious hotel with a dark secret. Guests check in and out without incident, but there is one room, room 417, that has been sealed off from the public for decades. The hotel staff whisper about room 417 in hushed tones, avoiding its mention in front of guests. According to local legend, a tragic incident occurred in that room many years ago. A guest checked in for a romantic weekend with their beloved, but they were never seen again. The room was locked and declared off-limits, with no explanation given to subsequent guests or curious inquiries. One stormy evening, a weary traveler named Alex arrives at the hotel after a long journey. Unaware of the room's dark history, Alex checks in and is assigned room 416, just next door to the infamous room 417. The receptionist hesitates for a moment before handing over the key, a subtle warning that goes unnoticed in Alex's eagerness to rest after a tiring day. As Alex settles into the room, a sense of unease washes over them. Despite the elegant furnishings and breathtaking view of the city skyline, an inexplicable chill lingers in the air. The ticking of the antique clock on the bedside table seems unnaturally loud, marking the passing minutes with ominous certainty. Late into the night, Alex is awakened by a soft tapping sound coming from the adjoining wall, the wall shared with room 417. Curiosity mingled with trepidation, Alex presses an ear against the cold surface, straining to discern the source of the rhythmic tapping. It sounds almost like Morse code, a desperate message from beyond the veil of the unknown. Unable to ignore the unsettling sensation crawling up their spine, Alex decides to investigate. They quietly slip out of bed and cautiously approach the door leading to room 417. The handle feels icy cold to the touch as Alex turns it slowly, heart pounding in anticipation. The room beyond is bathed in an eerie blue light, casting elongated shadows that seem to sway in time with Alex's racing heartbeat. The air is thick with the scent of old roses and stale perfume, a haunting reminder of the forgotten guests who once sought solace within these walls. As Alex steps further into room 417, they notice a faint figure standing by the window, a figure draped in a tattered gown, its face obscured by shadows. Frozen in fear, Alex watches as the figure turns slowly, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intensity that pierces through the darkness. Without warning, the figure extends a hand towards Alex, beckoning them closer with an ethereal whisper that resonates in the silence. Unable to resist the pull of the unknown, Alex takes a hesitant step forward, their fingertips brushing against the cold glass of the window. In that moment, the room fills with a blinding light, engulfing Alex in a vortex of memories and emotions long buried beneath layers of time and neglect. Visions flash before their eyes, a fleeting glimpse of a love lost, a promise broken, and a soul trapped in limbo between the worlds of the living and the dead. Just as suddenly as it began, the light fades, leaving Alex standing alone in the empty room, their heart heavy with sorrow and regret. The figure by the window has vanished, leaving behind only the lingering scent of roses and a sense of profound loss that echoes through the corridors of the mysterious hotel. As dawn breaks over the city skyline, Alex leaves the hotel with a heavy heart, forever haunted by the enigmatic presence of room 417 and the tragic tale of the mysterious hotel guest whose spirit remains bound to the room where love and loss intertwine in eternal torment.